Hey guys, this is the Cosmos Told Me So, and we are back with another message. So, I'm just going to say how it was given to me. So, last night I had a dream, right? And it was basically I was inside a duplex, right? And I can't quite remember which floor I was on, but I was in a spiritual house of some sort. And I seen some familiar faces and some faces I did not really recognize. So as I'm in this house, I noticed that I go upstairs with this girl, and it seemed that she was a reflection of me, um, like a facet of me, right? And we go upstairs, and I remember she said, "Did you lock the door, the front door?" So I'm like, "Dang, I forgot. No, I didn't." So it was a certain energy that she was giving me when she asked me that. And I immediately thought to myself, something bad is about to happen in the esoteric world, right? So as I'm having this thought, she's like screaming from upstairs. I can't see her anymore because I'm downstairs. So she's just screaming. She's screaming. And I remember I'm like, don't hurt. I'm like, don't hurt anyone. Like, don't hurt anybody. Like, and it was just a dark black figure, like an entity. Excuse me, like a dark force shape shifting itself into a human form. And I remember I was just like, it felt like I was in a horror movie almost. And he grabbed me, and then I woke up. Like, I actually felt him on top of me, grab me. So at first I kind of thought like, oh, like, m- m- you know, maybe it's a balance within. But then as I started to thoroughly look into it, I realized that it was an invasion. This dark entity had invaded this space, right? And it was just me, her, and the dude. Well, the figure, the entity, right? But of course, you know, with any horror story, they always depict it to be a big, demonic, inner demonic person. Doesn't matter color, but this person was just a black, like small, almost shape shifting into a human form. And because I didn't lock the door in the esoteric world, it was like this entity was welcome in. But I noticed that this wasn't my spiritual house. This wasn't my spiritual house. This wasn't my spiritual home. This is not my spiritual house. So it was very interesting how this dark entity was able to invade in this space so easily. Was able to invade into this space so easily, right? So at first I kind of thought to myself, oh, maybe it's just, it was maybe my masculine energy, like strangling me. I'm like, no, that doesn't sound right. because our inner masculinity energy is authoritative and supportive, not um, destructive. This is a destructive force, right? It was an invasion. This person had invaded, had bombarded themselves into this space, right? So as I'm in the shower, I'm literally thinking to myself, like, what did I mean? What did I mean? What did I mean? What did I mean? I wrote it down, and immediately I heard, it was all on camera. And I couldn't quite put my finger on it, like what that actually meant. So I seen Love and Hip Hop. I've been watching Love and Hip Hop. Y'all don't judge me. It was on Netflix, and yeah. So, but it was very interesting how that comparison to Love and Hip Hop came about with this invasion. Because, you know, in Love and Hip Hop, everybody's life is being documented. Everybody's life is on camera. Everybody is being seen on camera. And then the thought came to me about the Anunnaki beings, the malevolent beings and the benevolent beings. And it made me think about that. Like, it just came to me so just crisp and so clear that that was what it was that I was experiencing. I was the only person who saw that. The girl was still upstairs. Like, we had elevated. An elevation, right? And it was like, as you elevate, you still have to go, as you elevate, you still have to keep the keep keep your energy secure, tight, and closed off, right? And I thought it was so interesting that I had that dream because immediately after, it was like a release. My body released. I was kind of dealing with a little bit of acne. That acne is gone. I have a suntan. I look great. I'm golden. I'm bronze, right? So I'm like, wow, this must have been a entity that had been roaming and had been invading my space and been invading the minds of the people inside the home, right? Because this wasn't people. This was not people that were not of close relation to me. This was people that I knew. This was people that knew me, right? So I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, I'm actually being surveillance, and me just realizing that through the invasion and me being sent to handle that entity and that force, for me to be able to be alarmed, be awakened, and be aware of that malevolent being in trying to invade my space, right? As I'm residing in this space. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, here we go again. And it wasn't like a here we go again. It was like, okay, like, this evil is not going to go away. This darkness is not going to go away. But as I elevate, that malevolent being will follow as I expand, as I grow, as I elevate, right? Because I went up the stairs with the girl, and she asked me, "Hey, like, did you lock the door, girl?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't." Like, because I left this house, and then I came back, and when I came back, I forgot to lock the door, and everyone else was gone. So I'm like, that's very interesting. But it let me know that the comparison of the Love and Hip Hop, like the cameras, the producers, the executive producers, the Anunnaki, the benevolent, the powerful, the brave, the courageous deities, and the courageous celestial council that we have, they monitor and they surveillance us 24/7, 25/8, around the clock. And it let me know that as they were surveillancing me, the malevolent beings were also surveillancing me, surveillancing my ascension, surveillancing my expansion, surveillancing my growth, my journey. You know what I mean? So it let me know, okay, this is something that I cannot ignore. This is something that will be a continual fight, right? So I'm just like, oh, I get it. Okay, just as I'm being watched, just as I'm being watched by, just as everybody's being watched, right? Just as I'm being watched, though, me on my journey, just as I'm being watched by my counsel, and they're putting me to certain tests to be able to see if I can handle them, get through them. It was like the girl sending me downstairs was like, I can't handle it, but I know you can. I can't deal with this being, but I know that you can. So I'm going to send you downstairs. I'm going to send you downstairs. You guys, my papers just flew. That's crazy. It's like that kind of thing. Like, I can't handle this, but I know you can. And it was like letting me know, okay, like, I'm definitely growing and expanding and elevating to a point where I'm going to be put in situations where I'm going to be tested by God to see, can I handle it, right? Can I handle it? And it let me know, yes, I can. It let me know, yes, I can. It was like, it felt so real, you guys. It felt so real. Like, it was like right when I woke up, I released. It was like a stronghold. Like, this malevolent being was surveillancing me to get me to a point. Like, this malevolent being was trying to surveillance me to the point where I would not be able to stand, where I would succumb to my own darkness, to my own fears, to my own insecurities. It was like, let me throw her down there and let me see if she can handle it. Who threw me down there? The Anunnaki beings. Like, to not take it so far off and bring it down to earth for just a second. It was like I was being expanded on a soul level where I was literally given one last test of time. I'm hearing a test of time with no return. Like, this is the type of test where it's like, you've made it through the difficulty, the fear, the anxieties, the doubts, the demons. You slayed these things. So now what are we going to do? We're going to send you one more cosmic test to prove that to you, prove to me that I am who I say I am, that I am as strong as I believe, that I am strong. And it let me know, 444, it let me know that I'm protected. I initiated, and then it's like the cosmic ancestors that watch, they literally set it up and they surveillance the whole entire thing. It felt like I was in a lucid dream, but it was like I had to lucidly walk through it. I couldn't alter anything. I couldn't change the storyline. I couldn't interfere with the plot twist. It was like I couldn't do anything. I had to just watch it. And it was like I was watching it from another lens, and I think it was very interesting to just see that. And I bring this message to you guys because just you may have someone in your life, you may have people in your life that talk about you, doubt you, um um say things about you, uh perceive certain things about you that may not be true or accurate, whatever the case may be. Take it as it resonates, but just know that chosen, this is a message for the chosen. This is a message for the chosen. If you know that you have done the work, any weapon will form, but it will never prosper. It was like he got close enough to grab me, but he couldn't keep a hold of me. You get what I mean? And that's such a powerful knowing. Powerful knowing. It's such a powerful knowing to really know that. And when you actually know that, nothing can move you away from that truth. Nothing can move you away from that truth. And as you ascend and as you grow and as you ascend and vibrate on new layers and new levels of yourself, you will be tested. And these tests are cosmically sent by the Anunnaki beings because we are all on camera. So think of it like, chosen ones, think of your responses, your reactions, your interactions, your encounters. Think of it like, I don't remember that movie that came out, but you remember that movie where you could like, it was really popular on Netflix at one point, and you could basically like choose like your response, and you can play out the certain direction or path of whatever choice or whatever response you chose. I don't remember that movie, but I just seen a clips of that in my head, so that could be significant. You know what I'm saying? Like each choice, each direction, each. I'm here to each its own, to teach its own. I don't know that saying, but that's what I just heard. So like it's super significant that you don't take things so personal and don't allow for other people's responses to your growth, your expansion, to dictate your response, your reaction. Because at the end of the day, we're all on camera. I think that's the message that I have. I don't feel the need to pull any cards. That's pretty straightforward. So just remember that as people are watching you, and that love and hip hop energy celebrated blood cells. Even though these people may not be popular now, but they're celebrated blood cells. And it let me know that this is a message for the chosen ones, the celebrated blood cells, the people who are in the public eye, the people who are doing things, whether it's art, whether it's music, whether it's whatever it is. But you are ascending. And as you are ascending, you are being surveillanced 25/8 by benevolent beings and by the malevolent beings. That's the message that I have. You guys stay blessed, and until next time, peace.